Greetings and welcome to another Pokemon 2023 or Pokemon Horizons the Series anime episode review. This time I am talking about episode 23, so let's get to it. In this episode, Liko and Roy get their Pokemon and Captain Pikachu healed up at the Pokemon Center after they were hurt badly by Moltres. Friede and the Charizard soon joined them, revealing that they were able to escape from Moltres, something Friede emphasizes was not easy. After getting Charizard back to full health as well, all the Pokemon happily eat lunch, while their trainers discuss the situation at hand. Friede soon gets a call from Dot, who, at Friede's behest, investigated the Pokemon they encountered. She reveals to them that they are dealing with Galarian Moltres. Since it has an ancient Pokeball, they decide that they cannot leave it be, though its immense strength makes them wonder just how they can stop it. They soon get an idea when Fuecoco and Wattrel fight over a berry. Sprigatito calms them down with the sweet aroma it can emanate. With their course of action decided, they head back to the Galar Mine to find Moltres. They soon find the legendary bird and they put their plan in motion. With Charizard and Fuecoco providing cover fire with Flamethrower and Captain Pikachu playing defense, Sprigatito manages to attack Moltres with a Leafage infused with its sweet, soothing aroma. However, it is not powerful enough to reach Moltres, who easily repels it. While Sprigatito keeps trying, the result is the same, forcing the group to switch tactics. Sprigatito gets close to Moltres with the help of Charizard, who still uses Flamethrower to keep Moltres at bay, something Fuecoco also still does. But while Sprigatito manages to successfully fire a close-range Leafage, the result does not change, and Moltres proceeds to knock it and the Charizard back. Since offensive tactics are not working, Liko tries to reason with Moltres, saying that she wants to understand how and what it feels. But in its anger, it refuses to listen. However, Liko does not back down. That is until Moltres readies its strongest move, forcing everyone to take cover. Something that Roy and Fuecoco fail to do. Thankfully, Captain Pikachu saves them, though he does so by taking one for the team. Just when the situation seems dire, Arboliva appears to lend a hand. It also tries to reason with Moltres, but the legendary bird still refuses to listen, and it attacks Arboliva, who blocks the attack. Seeing that talking won't work, Arboliva uses its ability See the Sower to summon a grassy terrain which powers up Sprigatito. This allows its Leafage to finally land a hit on Moltres. However, one dose is not enough to calm it down, so Sprigatito fires multiple Leafage in succession, with Charizard and Wattrel using their wings to redirect falling leaves towards Moltres, who ends up cloaked in a vortex of leaves that finally pacifies it. After calming down, Moltres approaches Liko. Her pendant soon reacts to it, and it transforms into a Pokemon, at which point it talks to Moltres, who is clearly heartbroken by whatever the pendant says. Like with Arboliva, the pendant Pokemon summons a fog that materializes a vision of Lucius, though this time he is no longer a faceless, hooded figure. Plus he is now apparently sentient, clearly addressing Moltres instead of speaking to anyone that might be hearing him, like a recording. He comforts and reassures Moltres, revealing that perhaps Moltres misses him, which is why it was sad when the Pendant Pokemon talked to it. My guess is that it told Moltres that Lucius is gone, since of course a human would not be alive after 100 years. The Pendant Pokemon then allowed Moltres to see Lucius in a vision so that it can still see him. Though the apparent sentient nature of this vision begs the question of, is this really an illusion? Or is Lucius somehow still alive, spiritually, inside the pendant? Or who knows, maybe this is just a memory that is being projected solely to console Moltres. As he talks to Moltres, Lucius mentions a place, Rakua, which I assume is the name of the so-called paradise he and his 6 heroes got to. Rakuen is Japanese for paradise, so it's very possible. After the vision ends, unsurprisingly, Moltres goes back into its Pokeball and it chooses to go with Liko and company. Liko promises to one day understand how and what Moltres feels. As they celebrate a job well done, Liko realizes that the Pendant Pokemon is gone. However, by sensing its emotions, Athena finds it behind a rock. Surprisingly, it is still in Pokemon form. As they leave the mine, Liko and friends run into Kabu, who is here to check on the mine. Upon learning what happened, he is amazed since Liko and company were able to deal with a legendary Pokemon. He is glad because his training was useful, and he says that Liko and Roy should have an official battle with him the next time they meet. Liko and Roy happily agree to do so. Now Friede is hiding the Pendant Pokemon under his jacket. It soon moves and Kabu notices, though he chooses to say nothing about it. As they make their way back to the airship, Liko and the friends wonder why the Pendant suddenly decided to remain a Pokemon. The episode ends with Amegio and his goons revealing that they saw everything. Now that they know the Pendant's true form, Amegio decides that they will steal it. So, that's the short but detailed summary of the episode. Now it's time to highlight, analyze, and comment on my favorite moments and or moments that are noteworthy/interesting. This episode left me with a lot of questions, which is typical for this series. It's not clear if Lucius's consciousness or soul is within the pendant, or if the pendant Pokemon was just showing Moltres a memory in order to soothe it. While it's probably safe to assume that the pendant is one of the 6 heroes, this is not confirmed. It appears to not have an ancient Pokeball, which means that maybe it's not one of Lucius's Pokemon, though it's so clearly closely related to him and them that it's difficult to imagine that it isn't. We have no idea what Rakua is or where it is. It's safe to say that it's probably paradise, but even then, we don't know where it is or what's it like. We have no clue why Moltres was so angry. It's clear that it misses Lucius, but this would make it sad, not angry. Finally, why did the pendant stay as a Pokemon this time? So many questions, not a lot of answers, which is intriguing but frustrating. Hopefully, since they are finally meeting Liko's grandmother in the next episode, we will finally get some answers. Now, even if we put all the mysteries aside, we are still left with an amazing episode that provided everything I wanted and expected. Liko tried to reason with Moltres. They all battled it, Friede included. They found a way to defeat it without actually defeating it. Arboliva and the Pendant both appeared to provide assistance, and the Moltres did end up joining the team. I am very happy that this episode had everything it needed to have, plus it was beautifully animated and we even got to see Kabu again. There really is nothing to complain about, apart from being left with a lot of questions, that is. But those are my thoughts on and analysis of the episode. Now it's time to bring this review to a close by going over my overall opinion of the episode. So, overall, this episode was simply fantastic. It was filled to the brim with just about everything I wanted to see in it, and it posed a lot of interesting questions that I am extremely eager to learn the answers to. This series just keeps getting better and better. Here's hoping that it will continue to do so, and that its many mysteries will have satisfying and amazing resolutions. But that's the review and the video. So, as always, leave your own thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and would like to see more like it, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I love Pokemon and I love making videos on both the anime and the games. Also, please consider clicking the links on screen so that you can check out more videos like this one right away. Additionally, down in the description, I have affiliate links for GameStop, which is where I buy all my gaming related stuff, affiliate links for Amazon, which is where I buy all my stuff that is not gaming related or groceries, and a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page. These links will all allow you to support me directly if you would like to. I would very much appreciate it. Also, I have a link to my second channel, where I cover Resident Evil. If this is something that would interest you, then please check said channel out. Thank you so very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.